I don't know, man. I just want to complain about everybody not showing up. Because if you don't show up, you get this. You get the Melka Talk Show hour.
Let's go, Melka Talk Show.
Hit the fucking music. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back to episode 17 of the Log Pod, covering the League of Ordinary Gentlemen, our week 2 of the playoffs, recapping week 1. And because nobody apparently wants to reach out to us and want to join us anymore, we have the Melka podcast, basically.
Let's go.
I got the two gents as per usual, little Melka and Mr. Snake, and we got Barn here for the entire episode, so you're in for a ride.
Yeah, just here to spread a little love.
A little love and a little
love
shade.
Or trash talk? That's the question.
Love, frustration, hatred, they're all kind of the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough. But we'll get this bad boy going right away, not waste any more time, and get right into our week 1 recap of our playoffs. Obviously, the two gentlemen that are on this podcast, aka Barn and Mr. Snake, got the easy W because of their buys this week.
Didn't
so
have
we don't
to
even
work for it.
Hard earned.
Didn't have
that
to
was
work
hard
for it.
earned. I worked all season for it.
That took me
Nah.
14 weeks.
Exactly.
Nah.
I
No
think
skill
it's-
involved.
You ain't us.
No skill involved.
I think it's because you didn't want a challenge. That's what I think.
Yep, there it
The
is.
whole season to get that.
I
earned
put
it.
myself in just a position to not have the bye week so I could prove myself through the playoffs. What did you guys do? You slept through that
It
week.
took the easy path.
Did
Yep.
not take a position to just miss the bye week. You barely scooted in. You
Yeah,
got
it was
lucky that
all
you even got
intentional.
it.
I had to make every game matter. Did every game matter for you this season, Snake? No.
A couple of them did.
Nah, he was just talking about his empire every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you guys actually look at the scores from this week? I'm thankful I didn't play this week, okay? I mean, yeah, my roster on my bench looked really good, but I didn't bother to total it up because I don't want to know if I did better than those two teams or not.
I'm sensing some cracks in the armor.
We'll get into the scores. We'll get there.
Speaking of the scores, let's get into it right away. First up here, we got Big Boy Club putting a slapping on Slap Yo Mama, 270
did.
270 to 182. Boys, thoughts on this first game?
Yeah, Slap called it a quits before the game was over and set his keepers, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm going on the next season already."
I
Yeah,
mean, if you're down by almost 100, I get it.
we kind of had the feeling, right, that Slap was gonna be kind of the odd man out in this playoffs. We gave him the benefit that he had the chance just because he's been there the last 2 years in a row, but yeah, his team did not do him any favors, and then on top of that, Big Boy just had a insane monster week.
Say 270 is definitely up there, I think, for our scores this week.
Top
Or
three
not for this year, at least.
Top 3 in the season for sure.
I'm hoping he got all of his points out of the way.
A little nervous?
No.
I'm with Toilet Bowl on that one.
Toilet bowl?
Bowl.
Toilet bowl?
Toilet Snake, Toilet Bowl.
Man,
Toilet team,
we're calling them names already.
If I were him, I would be very hopeful that Big Boy also had his best game of the season this week.
I don't think that was his best game. I think he had a 274 in there somewhere.
It's crazy. What a time to turn it up, though, eh?
For real. Good timing on it for sure.
Well, and speaking of
I
good
tried
timing,
to get Big Boy to join us tonight, but he had home repairs to deal with, unfortunately.
Lame. Put him to
I
the
know. I
side.
thought
Not
it would have been a lot
important.
more fun if all four of us were going in. It would have been on here tonight, but
Yeah, that
is
would have
what
been fun.
we get it. Life happens sometimes. But speaking of high scores, Little Melka putting up 262 over T-Rex. Little Melka getting the win, 262 to 214. Not really afraid of that Rex curse anymore, are you?
Yeah. We've kind of had the discussion all season where his curse has been double edged. He had the monster scores, but he also had the monster scores against, and the luck of the coin just did not fall on his side this week, and yeah, he ended up getting a big score put up against him and losing.
Do you want to talk about how you're like, oh my god, his guys on Monday are gonna put up so many points. I better be up by so much or I'm out of this.
I
Because he was playing the humble game. Just like
Always
last
playing the
week.
stupid
He's
humble game.
playing the stupid little
I-
humble game
Playing
where
I
he's like,
said-
oh, I
humble game.
can't win.
I said I need to have a big lead going into Monday night because I could see his guys, both his receivers, putting up 20 points each, right? They put up 15 and 14. So
I told you there was not. I said he could go up by 30 and win.
yeah, so I wanted to be up by 40 at least,
Oh my goodness.
and because I figured that his guys could put up 40 combined points.
Ooh, Barkley only put up 9.
Yeah,
oh, you're such
Barkley
a
didn't do
lucky
anything.
bastard.
Pittsburgh saved my life.
Did
Definitely a
they?
little lucky.
TJ Watt put up 27. I don't know if Pittsburgh saved your life, dude.
I will take Barkley 9 points every day of the week. And then, Mike Evans and Baker had a monster game this week.
Yeah.
Thoughts on your son's matchup this week?
This week,
No, sorry, this
No, the
game.
one-
Sorry,
yeah.
this week we're talking about. Sorry,
Yeah,
week one of the playoffs.
I'm kind of looking back at his history of scoring. I'm pretty sure he just blew his wad and he's due for a loss.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Fucking here's the
Right.
the humble game.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This is the third look of Barn Little Melka this season, and I haven't won any of them yet. So,
Yeah. So the real question is what are the stakes now? Because the first one we joked about him kicking you out of the house. That kind of happened.
yep, out of the house.
Second one, the second one, I forgot what we bargained
I
on.
don't
for
think
the
we really
round.
did.
I know I mentioned something, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
I don't
Round
remember.
3, what are we gonna put on as a little side wager
He's
here?
returning your Christmas presents if you win.
There you go.
Oh,
No Christmas gifts.
I'm just hoping for repeat performance. I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm just kind of browsing scores here. And in the matchups leading up to Kyle playing me, he had bigger weeks than he put up against me.
Yep.
So I'm
Every
hoping
time.
like
Sure.
the last 3 weeks where he was 230 plus, 250, 260,
That
whatever, that
he's
that
wasting
equates
his
to about a
potential.
145 this week.
145.
It's happened before.
I have never put up a 145 this season.
I didn't say
Quickly
you put
looks
up a
at phone.
145. I said I'm hoping you only put up 145.
Oh, he's right. He's right. He put up a 148. I'm
There
so
we go.
sorry.
Oh
okay.
man,
I'm
off,
so sorry. Oh
off
wow,
by
you
so
did.
much.
You did so much better, bud.
Yep.
Hey, if it
Proud
makes
of
you
it.
feel any better, I posted a big 141.
I
There
think
we
that's
go.
worse than my
This will
worst
be
week, so
this will
I'll
be
take
the
it.
actual semifinals. It'll be 148 to 141. It'll be our
I'm gonna
lowest
say yeah.
scores
I'm
of the
gonna
season.
call it now. It's gonna be like a 150 to 160 final score for the two of you.
As long as I got the 160 part, we're cool with that.
I won't say that yet. I won't say who I'm picking on that just yet. But moving on, we got the losers bracket for the first week of the playoffs, as I referred it to last week.
Yep.
We got our toilet bowl games. First
Who's
up,
gonna win the golden toilet?
hey, they can be happy for it. I've
It's
turned a
a-
new leaf.
It's a beautiful trophy.
It's a beautiful, just a beautiful John.
It's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
beautiful toilet.
But our first up matchup here, we got Pineapple Express at 214 to the pick is in, aka Diamond Dogs 137. Diamond Dogs really just kind of punctuating his season, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, he obviously changed his name again. You just had to point that out. But yeah, no, he got absolutely decimated here. I don't know. I didn't actually pay too much attention to this one. I don't know if he didn't have a full lineup or what happened.
I say 137 is pretty down there.
No, he
He
had a full
had-
lineup. It just
Yeah.
sucked.
I mean,
Well,
Waddle
Jalen
put up
Waddle
the
went out
0.
right away. He went out right away.
But he had 2 targets, so he was in.
Well, he
But
went out like
yeah.
right away.
4 4 0 7 4
Well, he's starting
7
Tyler
4.
Algier and Blake Corum.
4,
That's not going to
4.
get you anything.
Yeah.
So all I'm hearing is that this was actually another Pineapple Dogs collusion game.
I mean, his
And they were just
optimum
trying
was
to
only
get Pineapple to win.
170, so it didn't even matter.
I think they're trying to push Pineapple to win the toilet bowl. I think it's another Pineapple Dogs collusion like
I'll
earlier
put
in
it
the year.
this way. He only had one other option at running back to start, and it was Ray Davis, who put up 10.
Might want to
Better
wanna
than the
refresh
two
the
running
team there,
backs he
bud.
put.
He's
Might
got
wanna
Marshawn
refresh the team.
Lloyd, Jordan Mason, who is obviously hurt. He picked up JJ
Hold on.
McCarthy.
Hold on. Yeah, that's really funny. That is really funny. I put the laughing emoji in the freaking flea flicker because I thought it was just hilarious. But Kyle, hold on.
Holding.
One. I'll give it. I was gonna say this game was the culmination of all of the trades and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, because Derrick Henry put up 6 points, and Christian McCaffrey died again. So
And Kelsey put up 6 points.
and Kelsey put up 6 points, which was 2 more than Zach Ertz. But whatever. It's not like if he didn't do those trades, it would have helped him win this game at all.
Yeah. What do you think, Dad?
I was just so happy to see Pineapple put up 200 plus. I really was. I was like, finally. You guys have been talking all season about, you had hopes for him and the trades he did and all those kinds of things. And here he is at the end of the season throwing that 200 plus up there. And I'm like, there you go, Pineapple.
This might be his
He
best week
said-
of the season.
Hold on. I'm looking at it right now.
This was the potential we were hoping for all year.
Right.
He
James
said, I'm
Conner
gonna come
put
in next year strong as shit. Okay, so best week since week 5 where he put up 217. Before that, he did not put up
anything.
200.
So James Conner put up 33 and Devonta Smith put up 33. Those are his monster scores from this week that got him up there.
So yeah, this is his second week putting up 200 this year.
Yeah. Wild.
Crazy. I mean, I guess a good time for him to finally, put up over 200 because
Hey, man,
he can get something out
Get
of it
that
at
toilet
least, right?
bowl. Get that toilet bowl. It's a beautiful trophy.
The color would match his profile pic.
The color would match his profile
saying.
pic.
Just saying.
And our other game we had in our toilet bowl was Concussors versus High Class Dumpster Divers. Concussors getting the win, 184 to 147. What do we think on this one, guys?
High class. Yeah. Get yourself some players, my guy. Just period. In general, need players.
I swear to God, if you draft another Packer, dude, you got enough of them. Bye weeks are gonna be hell if you get any more.
I don't know
Oh,
why
yeah.
he's not starting Jordan Love here though. It wouldn't
I'm-
have changed the outcome, but Jordan Love's
He
been
hasn't. I think
severely outperforming Tua.
they. No, you're wrong. Because he did 34, 41, 34, 32 before his 4 bomb. Jordan Love did
Tua did really?
21, 18,
Oh, yeah, okay.
22, 16, 21. No, you
Nope,
gotta
you're right.
take that one back.
You're right. I'll take it back.
Okay, all right, good. He just got unlucky against Houston, whose defense decided to wake up this week. They were trash all year, and then they're like, nah.
What
But,
did he throw? 2 interceptions? 3 interceptions? Oof.
Something like that. He
Yeah.
wasn't too hot. But like I said last week, the winner of this game, I want to go all the way in this toilet bowl. I want them to get the trophy. Concussors,
Good luck, my guy.
go get it. Go get
the
it.
toilet bowl. It's
Go
beautiful.
get it.
Nah, man, needs to be Pineapple.
What do you got, Dad?
I'm liking the points that Concussors receivers are putting up. kind of makes me wonder a little bit about. Didn't you have JSN at one point and cut him?
No, that
No.
was part of the trade with Chase. So it was.
Yeah, so he wasn't. Oh, so he was on your team and you
yeah,
traded him.
so it was the trade was JSN, Pacheco, my first and second, for
Okay.
Chase and Chubb.
Chase and Chubb and
And a
third, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So while I would still say maybe this year that you won that trade, it looks good for Concussor's future.
Yeah, JSN is looking really good. I actually made a comment about that to Austin the other day.
I want to say that trade was the most fair trade of the year, where it severely helped both teams in their current situation.
Sure.
I would agree with that, yeah.
He got rid of Chubb, who broke his foot.
Again.
That poor guy. I
Yeah.
love that man. Chase hurts. Chase really hurts. That obviously hurts. But he got some draft capital. He got JSN, who looks
He's
pretty damn good this year.
looking good right now, yeah. He's been looking good for the second half of the season pretty much. Ever since the bye.
He got a lot of pieces to help build his team, which he needed.
And Pacheco's a good solid running back who's still 25 years old, who will
pretty
be able
much
to play for a few
replacing
years.
Chubb.
Yeah.
So both of you guys won. You gotta plug and play every week. You can start him, and he got some stuff to look forward to in the future.
Yep.
Well, I can't talk about anything fun like trades or waivers. That's been dead for months.
It's also Tuesday that we're recording, so waivers haven't gone through yet.
It's fine. They don't need to know.
Well, now they do.
But we can't.
Maybe there's a big name out there that somebody's going to grab and it's going to be impactful.
Yep.
$20
says Pineapple picks up Michael Penix again.
It's a valid point. Penix did just get announced as a starter.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He did get announced as a starter like a couple hours ago.
I knew that would happen too.
$100 million, the biggest scammer in the NFL.
Hey, props to him. He's getting his bag and
he's getting his
doing
money.
anything for
Cousins
it.
is the biggest scammer in the league, dude. It's crazy.
Speaking of scammers and all that BS, what are interesting things for in between week 1 and 2 of our playoffs, gents?
Austin, you
What's
know what you have to do this week. You've been talking about it all season. Every time we bring him up after a win, you say the same thing every time.
Oh wait, you get Big Boy this week?
Now's your chance.
Okay, yeah, this is a fair point.
This is your chance.
You've been talking mad shit,
If I don't do
man.
it, who else the fuck will do it? I need to do this. Let me tell you. Hold on.
This is put up or shut up time.
Hold
Okay,
on.
wait a minute. Before you whine, I got to know, how big are the crocodile tears going to be if you lose?
He might not come on. He might not
are
come
you
on
going to
next
come back and play next season? Or are you just going to be like, I'm done?
I can't let anyone else have Puka, so yeah, I'm coming back.
All right, because I already got somebody that wants your team, so just in case.
He's on the podcast right now.
I thought there was 2 people ahead of me.
There's people ahead of you, yes, Jay, but
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm just saying, if Austin decides he can't handle it, if Big Boy takes this week or takes the whole darn thing, there's already people in line. So
They're not
Just
having.
checking.
No, they can go for like concussors when he says like, "Damn, I can't believe I gave up Chase. I'm gonna go cry."
I hope not.
But no one's having Puka except for me, so we're good on that front. However, the crocodile tears will be roughly 2 millimeters wide.
So it's just gonna be a constant stream coming down out of your eyeballs. Just
For a solid minute and a half, it'll stream and then it will stop, and I will move on.
I bet you if
you'll
he
realize, well, I still get to play for third place.
He's still got another week to play for.
We got a 50-50 shot of playing each other, so
We both have to win or we both have to lose. And then we get to play each other next week.
That's what I'm rooting for here.
all I'm hearing
Well-
out of all of this is that if he does lose, if he does come back to do the podcast next week, it's just going to be him sobbing for the first 10 minutes.
No, minute and a half. Give me a lot of it, but it's a minute and a half.
We'll stretch it
I
out.
was probably just gonna cut it anyway, so it's fine.
So
You're
for
gonna
me, besides wondering about Toilet's tears, I found two things interesting here. One, which I feel is kind of unexpected, is you have the first and second place teams in the two divisions facing each other to see who goes to the championship game. I found that kind of interesting.
True.
And the other thing I found interesting is, regardless of how much love or hate there is for the Melkas, one of them's going to be in the championship game.
Yes, sir. There has been a movement all year that I feel like I unfairly got thrown into, by the way. So
You got included because our name is like
Yep.
the first 5 champions.
Yeah, I know. So I fully blame this on you. But
Fair enough.
Melka Bowl 3, and it's to guarantee one of them a spot in the championship. How does that make the anyone but Melka group feel? That's what I want to know.
I'm hereby
That's probably
starting
why
the
nobody
pos-
wanted to be on the podcast. They didn't want to hear about it.
I'm hereby starting the petition so that everyone changes their names to anybody but Melka. Every single team.
You know what would have been better, though, Dad? If this was a repeat of my first season where it was me against you in the championship game.
Then everyone would.
What would the
I
anyone
kinda-
but Melka group have done at that point?
It'd be like a New York Super Bowl. Who would watch it?
A part of me kind of wish that happened. However, I'm in the playoffs, so I'm glad it didn't. I still have a chance.
But at the same time, how mad are people gonna be if it's me and you, Austin?
They'll scream something about the
Probably
podcast. tell you that
equally
much.
mad.
The
It is a
podcast
podcast
buff.
buff.
The podcast buff.
Yo, people haven't been on for like, although part of it we canceled it for 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
that's because 3 weeks no one wanted to show up. So podcast buff, you come on the podcast, you get the buff. No one coming on the podcast, no one get the buff.
So now I realize my
Hell's the
mistake.
buff?
The hell's the buff? It's when you like.
It's
get,
an advantage.
So
yeah.
when we beginning of the season, I think we were, I don't know what, 4-1 or something like that. And people who came on for the interview usually won their week.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I
Because we could
understand
only
that.
get one team on usually.
I'm a little older than y'all, but I feel like that word used to be bump. B-U-M-P, not B-U-F-F. What? That's why. What is a buff?
Oh.
So a buff is like if you're playing a
Is
game.
that like you stealing my pound sign?
Turn into
calling
No,
hashtag.
has nothing to do with that.
Quite like
calling you
that.
The hashtags like the same
It's
thing.
Nothing like that.
Think you're playing some kind of game where you have a character and you drink a potion that gives you like +2 strength.
Oh, like Super Mario.
Sure.
Yes,
Like you get
sure.
you get the
get
mushroom in
mushroom.
Super
Got it.
Mario.
That's
Yeah,
a buff.
he gets
That's
buffed.
what a
he gets
that's
buffed
what a
up.
buff is. That's what
Yeah.
a buff
Okay.
is.
Thanks for the clarification. Appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm leaving all of that into the podcast.
I swear
Yes,
to
it
God,
should
I was
stay in.
about to say Kyle.
I'm leaving all of that in.
God damn it.
So
you wanna talk
I'm
drafts?
starting to realize my mistake here, though.
What's that?
Talking about the podcast buff,
Yeah?
because I'm here every week, obviously.
Yeah?
Dad is not.
And
Oh,
he's
and you
here
brought
now.
And
him on,
he's
you
here.
Dumbass.
We brought him on the podcast, so
You're getting whooped.
I'm realizing my errors as we speak.
You know how you
gotta
make
get
up
whooped.
for it?
How do I make up
You
for
do,
it?
You do like 2 times the humble game that you're planning on doing.
2 times the humble game. All right.
You gotta be
I
like,
really
"Oh."
gotta turn it up. Gotta turn it
Yeah,
up.
that's how you make up for it.
Can I offer another solution?
Yeah, absolutely.
We just have Austin place a quarter bet on your dad winning.
Yes. Reverse it.
Don't you dare do that.
That'll solve the problem.
That'll
We just
solve
have
it all.
Austin bet on barn,
Just
and
have
we're good to
Austin
go.
bet on barn.
My corners have so much power.
Hey, if that happens, there's a high probability that Kyle forgets to set a lineup this week.
Wow. I don't know what that threat means, but that sounds like a threat. Now I'm threatened.
It's not a threat. It's just a simple statement that, some people have completely cleared their lineup and put everybody on their bench so that you'd be surprised who they start.
Oh.
Well, you might do that and just
Nick
forget
did
to
that a
start
lot.
anybody.
Nick did that a lot, except he'd put them in, but he'd be like, "Oh, who am I
He's
gonna
he's
start?
always done that. He's done that as long as
Who
I've been in the
am I gonna
league.
start? You don't know."
Has he done that from the beginning, Dad?
Yeah, quite a few times. It's a
Pregnant
game.
All right, hold on. All right, hold on. Y'all, both of you, I have a bone to pick because y'all were
Uh-oh.
like, Rex is gonna win everything because he's so powerful. Rex is so powerful. He's just unlucky. And then I was like, nah, he's both lucky and unlucky. Y'all just don't see it. Kyle finally saw it, but anyway, how'd that pan out for you guys? How'd that prediction go?
It went well in my favor. The fact that I was wrong.
Shedding no tears.
I'm sad that my prediction is wrong, but at the same time, I'm still alive. So yeah, I'm
Man,
not
too humble
really.
for tears.
But what about you, Dad? How do you feel about
I
your
don't know. I'm
prediction?
still looking at it going, I see a 270, a 262, a 214, and I'm thinking that's a lot of damn points. I mean, 214 is a winning score in a lot of weeks, And unfortunately for T-Rex, he went up against the second highest score of the week. It just happened to be 260 something. It's so been his season in that regard.
Yeah, he's had a lot of
That pretty
first
much
or
sums it up,
second.
yeah.
He's had a lot of first or second highest scores against him this season.
But like, for example, TJ Watt, a guy that's like, you don't expect him to put up 27, puts up 27 for him. He's been also extremely lucky in that regard.
Well, yeah, but to have a lot of points, you always have to have one or two random guys go off every week. It's just how the league works.
But usually that would be like, oh, I can expect Saquon to put up that much. Oh, DJ Moore got 300 yards for no reason. Like usually that happens, but TJ Watt putting
I
up
don't think it's
27?
too unexpected though. I mean, he's had 1, 2, 3. This is his fourth game over 20 points. He's had a 30-point week before. I mean, he's had high-scoring games before.
Yeah, whatever. You get my point, though.
I'm just saying.
But that's how it always goes, right?
Right.
I mean, look at Kyle's score. He got, 40 from Mayfield.
Yeah,
40
I got
plus
Quarterback.
from Evans.
40 from Mayfield and 40 from Evans.
I did not even look at your
You know what I
game
mean?
yet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like I said, Baker and Evans were monsters for me this week.
But like your linemen put up like normal scores.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon Jones had a good game, 23.5 for a corner, or for a safety. He doesn't usually put up that.
That's like more common than like a lineman going up for.
Yeah, but again,
27.
not a lineman like TJ Watt. I mean, he's a quarter of his games have been that
All
score.
right, whatever. All right, what a quarter?
Yeah, 4 games out of 14. So
14?
less than a quarter,
Oh yeah, okay, whatever. All right, whatever.
or more than a quarter.
More
I should
than
say.
a quarter. Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
I think we're good to move on, Jay.
Jay, help us out here. We're stuck.
Well, now that these games are over this week, Slap and Rex both lose. They have no more football to play. They lock their pick positions, and Slap takes the 107 and Rex takes the 108. Slap coming in as the lowest seed in the playoffs, so with his loss, he gets the earlier pick.
You know what's weird?
What's that?
So I've been in this league for what, 4 years? I'm going into my 4th draft. This
Okay.
is the 3rd time T-Rex has been the 108.
Is it really?
Yeah. Year 1 it was 108. Year 2 he was the 102 and got Gibbs. Last year he's the 108. This year he's the 108.
Consistency.
Yeah, very much 8.
Consistently average.
That's probably not a great thing. It's probably not a good feeling.
No, probably not. Sounds like me in my own fantasy league.
I was gonna say I can relate. I'm pretty much right around there every year as well.
But moving on, we'll get into our matchups for week 2 of the playoffs. Both playoffs and losers bracket, aka toilet bowl.
Get your golden toilet.
First up, as we hinted at earlier in the episode, we got the Melka Battle V3. I'm, I'll throw my hat in the ring here for a prediction. I think that the third time that these two teams do battle is going to be just like if the Lions and the Packers ever play each other again this year. Which currently
is
the
what?
Lions and Packers, the Lions beat us twice. I think you're going to get your ass whipped by Barn again.
You're probably right, and it's because Josh Allen is gonna somehow magic his way into having 6 or 7 touchdowns again.
He is an MVP candidate.
I was
And
gonna
that's
say
okay.
if Josh Allen doesn't win the MVP,
okay.
if Josh Allen doesn't win the MVP, something's wrong.
You were saying, Burners?
I said if he scores 6 or 7 touchdowns, I'm okay with that.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sure
of
you
course you'd be okay with it.
I'm
I'd be
sure
concerned
you
if
are.
you weren't okay with it.
Jeez.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, he's going up against New England.
No, that doesn't make me feel any better at all in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they're not.
Just thought I'd mention it in case maybe.
My only solace in that is that I know New England isn't going to put up 40 points against them, so he won't have to score 40 points. He might do it for fun, but he doesn't have to.
It's not a necessity in this situation. Kyle, I want to hear your take about the game before I spew some shit.
So what's your prediction? Just get it out of the way, nice and easy.
Barnes gonna win.
He's playing the humble
This
game.
is
He's
not-
playing
this
the
is not
humble game.
enough. You're not humble enough. This isn't.
Barnes gonna win. Josh Allen's projection at 28 points is about half of what he's actually gonna get. T. Higgins is probably gonna completely outscore Jamar Chase this week in Cleveland, just because that would be what would happen. Cade Otton is gonna steal all of Mike Evans' targets. And he's going to get a rushing touchdown instead of a passing or receiving touchdown just to screw Baker Mayfield out of a touchdown. St. Brown against Chicago. Oh, God. This is going to be a bad week, isn't it?
Last time they played Chicago, we only put up 12.
Yeah, this is a different Chicago.
But
This is a different Chicago.
3 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they've had like 4 coordinator changes in 3 weeks.
He died.
Remember what happened the last time they played against Chicago? All of Chicago's coaches are different now, which is a good thing. A good thing for the offense and a bad thing for the defense.
That's a good point. That is a really good point. So not to encourage the humble game.
Also,
Okay, all right.
Alvin Kamara's hurt. And
He
it's
is
a
hurt.
different hurt this time, so I'm a bit nervous about that.
He hurt his lower region.
Yeah, his groin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit nervous about that.
Not to encourage the humbleness. Last time the Bungles played the Browns, Jamar Chase did get outscored by T. Higgins.
Not surprised.
By 1 point.
Not surprised. And I'm only gonna say this because waivers run tomorrow and this podcast won't be up tomorrow. And you two both have worse waiver priorities than I do. I am scrambling to pick up a running back this week in the waivers. To have a hope of a backup running back. Because look at my bench. I don't have a running back to play if he doesn't play.
You got Javante.
You got Javante.
Yeah, I'm not playing Javante.
You got. I hope to God Denver drafts a running back.
I'm not playing Javante.
Oh,
Who are you going for, Ford?
Kendra Miller. Kendra Miller. Oh, Ford.
I've
Never
got
mind.
him. I've got both of them. I've got
Okay.
both of them.
Yeah, it's fair.
Kendra Miller is the straight up backup for Kamara, so that's why I've got him. But I like Ford a lot just because he's going to be the starter for sure because Chubb is not playing.
Thought about
But he
putting
had
in for him, but like, who am I gonna drop?
What, Dad?
Nothing.
Spit it out, man. Let it
Spit
rip.
it out. Let's hear it.
No, he was talking about Ford, and I was just trying to figure out. Ford had a really good score this week, but I don't know how he did.
Chubb went out early.
Chubb broke his foot.
Right,
Did he really
but
break
he
his
only
foot?
Yeah, he broke his foot.
Yeah.
did 2 receptions. Oh, okay. 2 receptions for 20 yards and 84 yards rushing with a touchdown.
Yeah.
How does that add up to 27?
He kicked.
He must
He's a
have
kick
some
returner
return
too.
yards or
He's a kick
something.
returner too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
He had 100 yards kick returning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
how-
That's how it added up.
I did not know that man was a kick return.
Total yardage 221. Got it.
Yep.
All
That'll
right,
do
we're
it.
getting a little too long in the tooth here for this first matchup. Let's move on to our other matchup here. We got Toilet Snake versus Big Boy Club, the proverbial Super Bowl for Toilet Snake, if you ask me.
I agree with you 100%. Austin has been talking too much shit. He's been telling people to bring Big Boy down for the entire season. People haven't been able to do it. But you know what, Austin? Now it's your turn to do it. You try to do what you've been tasking everybody else with all season. Can you defy the new guy?
Probably not, but you know, he's I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Looks like you're going to be hitting the waiver wire too, huh?
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, tight end? Yeah, I fucking hate tight ends. They're fucking stupid.
Not
Oh, they
Will
are
Disley.
They are dumb.
It's a little aggressive.
No, it's the worst position in the sport.
It's a little aggressive. I think you should back that
No.
up just a little bit.
No, it's true.
Hey, you got the Eagles guy, Calactera.
I'm gonna drop him because he put up like a point.
Well, he's like what, a third string tight end?
Well,
no,
yeah, but
he's the
Goddard
second
is hurt.
string. However, their first string died, so I thought
Goddard's
it was a
hurt.
smart play, but he had one catch for like 2 yards.
Well, you also have a team that's got two really good receivers.
He had one catch for 22 yards.
All right, whatever. All right, whatever.
Do you guys want to give predictions on that? Hello?
Yeah, Austin. So, do
You
you
guys
think
can
you're
just
gonna?
say. You guys can
You,
just say I'm
you
gonna
think
lose.
you're
Whatever.
gonna? Do you think you're gonna win?
Let's hold on. Give me a second to look here. Lamar Jackson against. He's making up for the MVP that he did not deserve last year, and he's not gonna win it this year, even though he probably deserves it this year.
Okay.
He put up 50. What the?
Yeah, he had a monster week last week.
All right. Every time he has a monster week, he puts up like an average week, so we're probably good there. Aaron Jones, he's all right. Josh Jacobs, they run it every single play because they're too scared to throw because Jordan Love throws picks, so that's gonna bite me in the ass.
All right. You need to calm down.
Joe Mixon, he's either 3,000 points or he's 1 point, so I'm kind of scared. Devontae Adams,
Had 50 last week.
and he's going against the Rams. Fucked. Jacoby Myers, I'm not worried about. Brock Bowers, I'm a little worried about, especially against Jackson. I'm gonna die. Brandon Aubrey, the kicker he drafted in the 4th, is still on his team. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna put up 30.
There it is.
Hell yeah, dude. We talked about it. Kickers are necessary.
However, look at my team. Bo Nix. 19 points. Brees Hall, 5 points. Chase Brown, 25 points. Nico, 25 points. Puka,
Why are you
25 points.
starting
Neighbors, 25
Breeze?
points. I don't fucking know. I'm not set on it yet. I think that the flea flicker prediction of 60-40 is pretty accurate. I'm not liking my odds currently, but someone's got to beat this guy. Who else is it gonna be? I gotta do it.
It has to be you. Otherwise, he's going to be
me.
in the championship. You're the last
I
line of
wouldn't be
defense.
I'm not against you winning, Snake, because then that gives me the opportunity to take you out in the championship.
That would be a fun championship.
Just sounds too cocky, if you ask me. I'll take you out in the championship.
Yep.
You still got to get there.
Okay. Assuming, or
He's
shall
gonna
I
win.
say presuming, I beat Kyle.
He's gonna win. He's
if
gonna win.
Toilet Snake were to win, then I would get to beat Toilet Snake in the championship. Because I don't think I got to play him this year.
Neither one
Did
of
we
us
not?
did.
Yeah, I
Neither
didn't get
one
to
of
play
us
a
did.
single Melka. Oh my god! No matter what, I'm playing a Melka. This is
No matter
fun.
what, you're playing a Melka.
This is fun. That made me a little happier.
Win or lose, you're playing a Melka.
See? All good things come to those who wait.
Wait till the last fucking week to do it.
Well, speaking of waiting, let's talk about the teams that have waited all season to finally decide to play some good football and put up some good numbers. Pineapple. Let's get into our toilet bowl matchups for this week. First up, I'll just get these two out of the way quick. We'll get both games out of the way. You guys can talk about it after. First up, we got Pineapple Express versus End Zone Gods, and we got Concussors versus Deflated Balls. Gents, let's not make this one too long because, it is a loser's bracket.
Toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl is the best bowl. Anyways, Pineapple's gonna need to do it again to beat End Zone Gods. That's all I gotta say with that. And Concussors needs to have the week that he had against Barn Burners in the last week of the season to beat Deflated Balls. So we've seen both these teams put up good numbers, at least recently. But otherwise they're in for some rough fights here with End Zone Gods and Deflated Balls.
I unfortunately have to agree. I really want to root for the underdogs here. But I just, without them having great weeks again, I just don't know how they beat End Zone and Deflated.
I agree.
I say End Zone and Deflated both are good for 180. And then I'd say Pineapple and Concussors are both good for 140.
Yeah, I can see at least one of these teams will hit 200 this week, and that'll win them the game. But I just don't know who it's gonna be.
Probably Deflated. Even though I want Concussors to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I think Deflated is the best option with that bet as well.
Here's my 2 cents. I gotta go for Pineapple, just because of the history there. I have to hope. So I'm hoping.
All right, fair enough.
And then I think out of the Concussors Deflated matchup, I just think Deflated's probably got a better team at this point.
He does.
So I'm gonna have to go. My brain's gonna have to take over at least one of the two picks. So the brain says Deflated and the heart says Pineapple. So that's what I'm going with this week.
Fair enough.
If I turn the co-host or whatever I am this week for this podcast off, and I turn on the commissioner looking at this from a league view, I really want Concussors and Pineapple to win, because
that's just a good storyline.
That gives the toilet bowl more validity when you can have those teams that didn't perform well, make those improvements over the course of the season, get their players back over the course of the season, and then finish strong to make them feel a little better about how their season ended and maybe give them a little hope for the next year.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Kyle, you remember how Pineapple and Concussors had that bet, the season-long bet that
Yes.
said whoever made it farther wins. Do you think they're counting the toilet bowl?
Was it whoever made it farther, or was it just whoever had more wins? Because I thought the
think-
bet was whoever has more wins,
But
and
like, how could you not count the toilet bowl even if it is whoever has more wins?
well, in a sense you could, because they both won last week, so now they're at 3-11 and 4-11, right? I think that's math.
No,
I would say
Three-
if
Not.
3 and 12 and
Pineapple
4 and
gets the
11.
trophy, if Pineapple
Yeah,
gets the
Concu-
trophy, he has
Concuss
a
is
good argument
Concuss
for
is at
having a better
4-11.
season.
Concuss is at 4-11 with his win last week, and Pineapple's at 3-11 with his win last, or 3-12 with his win last week.
Okay.
So if Concussors loses and Pineapple wins, then they have the same amount of wins, but that would then make Pineapple further in the toilet bowl, which I think then would take precedence. Or if they have the same record, do you go with Concussors beating Pineapple and do that as the tiebreaker?
I think I would go with if Concussors loses and Pineapple wins, their records are then the same.
Yep.
And Pineapple's further in the toilet bowl. If they both win, then whoever wins the toilet bowl wins, regardless of whether or not their records would be equal or not, in my opinion.
Okay.
Sure.
I agree with that. That's the stupidest theory about the stupidest bet. Versus two of the worst teams. Anyway,
Is great.
But it's fun.
It is fun.
it is fun. It is fun. Stupid is fun.
It's the whole point we did this podcast.
That is very true.
We're like, hey, let's do something stupid.
And I don't know how many people listen still, but for those of us that do, it's fun.
Well, on that note, we're getting a little long in the tooth here. Let's wrap this bad boy up. First things first, let's say this. I want to say thank you to Mr. Barnburners for coming on and chatting with us throughout the entire episode. Probably didn't get as many jabs in as you wanted, but you got a few in at least.
Oh, it's all good. I enjoy listening to the podcast. It's fun to get on it once in a while. And my only regret with today's show is that we couldn't get Big Boy on here. I think that would have been awesome to have the 4 teams going in to for battle before the championship game. Would have been pretty cool. But
Yeah, I think that would have been
As
fun.
much shit as I give that man, I agree that would have been great.
That would have been a lot of fun.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
yeah,
But that's the glory of this lovely professional podcast that we do. We just kind of wing it and say, hey, it's good enough.
Basically.
We're
But
professionals.
on that note, I think I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. That will be episode 17 of the Log Pod. We will see you after I would say, hell of a playoff week coming up. Hey, boys.
Should be a good one. I'm excited.
We'll see you next week. See ya.
Later.
bye.
You underestimate my power.
Get out of here, Emperor.